Welcome to Weather Goes on the 26th of July 2025, here to give you an update on the tropics around the world. So, the Atlantic today is completely silent, no tropical cyclones or any area of interest roaming around the basin, and the NHC expects nothing is going to develop in the next 7 days. But there is computer models that suggest a slight chance of tropical cyclone developing in the main development region as we approach the start of August. This is the European model forecast we can see near the end of July. Quite a few members expecting there will be a possible tropical depression developing in the Eastern Atlantic Ocean. Then it will make its way towards the northwest, possibly peaking as a tropical storm, and then it will impact the Lesser Antilles, possibly stretching out towards the Puerto Rico region, and all members are expecting it to disappear pretty far away from US soil. But at this moment, not an awful lot of computer models are actually expecting tropical cyclone to form. For example, the GFS and the German model are actually not expecting anything, and the European AI model does expect a weak tropical depression, but it will be very short-lived and it will dissipate before it can even reach any land. So nothing to really panic about at the moment, and we will continue to monitor that possible tropical cyclone. This is the really active Western Pacific Ocean. Obviously, we have two tropical cyclones. Kome is still traceable, a weak tropical depression near the Ryukyu Islands. Krosa, a tropical storm, still bringing some strong winds and rain shower to the Northern Mariana Islands, and Guam could become a typhoon next week. Remnants of Francisco now moving into eastern China, also bringing some rain shower there. And Inverse 91W, who is literally right next to Kome, those two systems could possibly combine in the near future. It's a pretty messy situation right now, and the forecasts are pretty, messy and unpredictable at the moment. And here's the latest on Krosa: 60 miles per hour, 988 millibars, 17.8 degrees north and 143.7 degrees east. Moving east-northeastward at 7 kilometers per hour, very slowly indeed, which is why it's still relatively close to the Mariana Islands and Guam. Wind shear looking better, around 20 to 25 knots there. Still not the best whatsoever, but a pretty big drop in wind shear is expected in the next 2 days, which is going to help it to organize itself. Sea surface temperature still around 29 degrees at the moment, is expected to drop in the next couple of days, possibly down to 27 degrees, which isn't beneficial for significant intensification. Humidity also expected to drop to 70% in the next couple of days. Combining all these factors in the next 48 hours, it has an intensification potential score of around 5, which is borderline moderate. It will maintain its intensity, but any significant intensification is remaining to be unlikely. Here's what Krosa looks like right now. It's still quite sheer by the looks of it. Most convections concentrated to the eastern side of the system. Some decent circulation going on there. Low-level circulation covered by high cloud tops, which is a good sign. And then we also have some generally stronger structure comparing to the last few days. You can see those strongest convection affecting the Northern Marianas there, certainly bringing some extent of tropical storm force winds to the region. And here's tropical depression Kome still refusing to give up. Some convection still flaring up occasionally around the center. Circulation pretty much non-existent anymore. Quite actually close to Okinawa, actually. I believe the weather isn't the best over there. And here's 91W looking quite disorganized at the moment. The satellite just emphasized the short distance between itself and Kome. Convection looking quite weak, also a very large system, currently having a low chance of development in the near future according to the JTWC. This is what the European model are expecting for the Western Pacific. Krosa continue its trend of intensification in the next couple of days. By Sunday, it could reach typhoon status. Look at the yellow zone around the center. 91W could combine with Kome and then redirect itself to hit the eastern coast of China as a weak tropical storm. Not sure what's that about. And then Krosa will store near Okisawa, then turn towards the northeast, eventually entering the extratropical region, and it could be followed by another tropical cyclone just developing to the ocean south of Japan. This is the Eastern and Central Pacific Ocean. 97E has went across and now is entered the Central Pacific Ocean region, hence why it's been designated as 90C. Moderate chance of development into tropical cyclone in the next 2 and 7 days, which is 50% and 60% respectively. Another area of interest behind it is a disturbance with 10% chance in the next 2 days and 20 in the next 7 days. And then another one closer to land with a 40% chance in the next 7 days, 0% chance in the next 48 hours because it's a pretty long range forecast for a disturbance or possible tropical cyclone to develop. But the Eastern Pacific is really heating up there. And here's what the GFS is expecting. They are actually expecting 3 systems to become a tropical storm near the Central Pacific Ocean, all of them being really small and pretty weak. And then 2 extra systems developing off the coast of Central American states, one of them just brushing off the coast of Mexico later, and then some Fujiwara effects occurring between the two. The Central Pacific systems is going to gradually dissipate as they move westward, and after that, 2 more storms expected to form. So this forecast is quite dramatic, you could describe it. And the Eastern Pacific is definitely waking up after silence for quite a while. So here is the update today. I hope you really enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, and share, and we will catch you up on the next one. Peace out.